And welcome back to the Shit They Don't Tell You podcast. And my name is Stephen Paul Green.
And I'm Nikki Limo. And can we first acknowledge to the YouTube watchers what a festive outfit I'm wearing?
Why is it festive?
Well, because it's the holidays now.
And you're just wearing green? That's
green
it?
with stars like the kind you put on top a Christmas tree.
No, we do angels.
Well,
so
the Star of Bethlehem.
Of Bethlehem?
It's Jesus' birthday. So,
okay.
You know, I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah, I'm a little bit familiar.
Maybe you should.
When my Uncle Bob died of AIDS, he lived in Bethlehem. So.
Oh, that's fun fact.
But it was Pennsylvania.
I don't think
that was. But like as a kid, you're like, oh, Bethlehem. Whoa, Bethlehem.
Yeah. I don't think the star is over there.
Let's go see your Uncle Bob. It's like he lives in Bethlehem. It's like, oh, it's just Pennsylvania.
That's like the plot twist of the whole Bible is that like it was actually in Pennsylvania.
It's all Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Everything. Hey, we all know everything happens.
Yeah, I mean
in
they changed history. We'll get into that conspiracy
theory.
Yeah,
don't need to get into that too hard.
Too hard. Yeah, they changed everything. Everything you know is false.
Everything goes through Pennsylvania, as we know.
Well, there's an underground railroad system. Railworks.
I like that better. All right, check this out. Today, indeed, we are talking about who is in fact the asshole.
Steve.
And it's not me. And I really don't appreciate when my wife says that. It hurts my feelings, actually. It makes me feel really bad about myself. But it's okay.
I'm sorry.
I know it's part of the show.
Well, you are an asshole.
So then we're going to move right along.
All right.
Into the subject. Maybe somebody else is an asshole too. That'd be cool.
Okay. You got buddies.
That would help me.
Yeah.
Need friends.
Little asshole buddies.
Am I the asshole for refusing to share a table in a crowded coffee shop with another patron? Because she smelled bad.
Oh.
Exactly. Changes everything.
No, it doesn't, because I already hate sharing tables,
okay,
and
nice.
then that it actually just adds to it.
Got it. I, 22 female, was studying at a popular coffee shop in my town. Not to brag.
Yeah.
It was crowded, but I was lucky enough to get a 2-person table with an outlet. I stayed there for maybe 3 hours and ordered multiple items throughout my stay. About an hour into my stay, a girl about my age who reeked of weed asked if she could share my table so she could study as well. I looked around. Every other table and chair was occupied, and there were even people standing besides the tables. It was like being on a bus, I guess.
Oh.
I absolutely despise the smell of weed. It is legal in my state, so there's no issues there, but it makes me nauseous. It gives me a headache. So I know there was no way I could get anything done with that girl across from me. Without mentioning her smell, I told her no, and that I needed my personal space. Instead of walking away, she pressed and said that if I wanted my personal space, I shouldn't study in the most popular coffee shop in town. Personally, agreed.
I agree with that. People that sit at a table for 3 hours
in a coffee shop,
just go home.
Go home, brother.
It doesn't take 3 hours to drink a coffee.
Thank you. She brought her laptop without outlet for a reason, right? These people like to, annoy everyone. All right.
So it's Aroma Cafe on Tahunga.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I then told her that I specifically didn't want her at my table because she smelled like a marijuana farm, and she should take a shower.
Okay, you're not the asshole for the not wanting to share a table part.
Yeah, this is where you're an asshole, bro. She should take a shower before she tries to infringe on strangers' personal space. I thought she would go away after that, but she told me she was sitting at my table whether I liked it or not. She put her things down, maybe thinking I would leave. Instead, I flagged down an employee and explained the situation. She sat with me and asked the girl to leave, threatening to call security if she didn't do so. So she must have smelled like crazy.
Well, and it sounds aggressive.
Yeah. Well, no, but our chick.
Yeah, but
it's kind of a mean move a little bit.
Right, but to deny that and just sit down anyway, it was like an act of aggression.
But it is not your table.
Yeah, but let's say I was meeting a date there. That's what I would say. Personally, I would lie out my ass. I would be like, I'm meeting a Hinge date. And they'd be like, is that a wedding ring? I'm like, shh.
Don't tell my Hinge date.
Yeah, don't tell my Hinge date.
Blow my whole spot up. Yeah. I forgot.
And then the Hinge date never comes. And I'd be like, damn, stood up again.
Curses, I have been stood up again. Again, I have been follied by this dating coil.
Yeah, by the time that happens, she's already moved on and found a different table.
True.
This lady just wanted to shame her. OP just wanted to shame her.
I resumed my work, felt shaken by the situation. Later that evening, I recalled what happened to some of my friends. I thought they would all agree that she was being an asshole, but to my surprise, a couple of friends thought I was being a douchebag. One of them is familiar with the coffee shop and told me that it was rude of me to hog a table, even though I had bought 2 drinks and a pastry throughout my stay.
Wow.
Oh, this person sucks. I'm out.
Yeah.
If you say that, I'm out.
It's too specific.
It's too specific.
Like, I am indeed not an asshole because of the mathematical equation that I bought 2 pastries, exactly 2 coffees and 1 pastry at my stay.
I had purchased 2 drinks and a pastry throughout my stay.
You see, therefore,
who says your stay?
Therefore, I am entitled to the table for 3 hours.
It wasn't an inn, bro. It was a coffee shop.
A fucking coffee shop.
Yeah, and you're monopolizing a whole table. Yeah. Acting like it belongs
Especially, like, why do you have to go to the crowded one? Why not just go to like a not crowded
That's
one
it.
Then?
Go to a shitty one.
Literally, you just want to be seen at that coffee shop.
Yeah, facts.
Like, this is what people in LA do. It drives me fucking nuts. They just
too.
like, they want to be seen at these coffee shops because there's like directors and producers and stuff there. And I swear to God, they're just like not even working. They're like looking around the whole time. By
the way, if you want to go to a place where you can plug in and nobody cares because you want to work on your stuff,
go to the library.
Or go to Jamba Juice, dude.
Those are blenders?
Ain't nobody in goddamn
fuck
Jamba
that.
Juice.
Have you heard
of
of
your
blender?
Headphones on.
No, fuck no.
You think it's quieter in a crowded ass Starbucks?
No, it's the specific sound. I hate the sound of blow dryers, blenders, vacuum cleaners, the fucking that sound. I could murder. I usually, like, when I order a smoothie, sometimes, like, we used to have a place in Santa Barbara called Blenders. It's still there. Not used to. Like, I just don't live there anymore. But it was way better than Jamba Juice. I had to leave the store, like, after ordering so that I could, like, and wait for my smoothie because I hate that sound so much.
Noise canceling headphones. Jamba. Pick any table you want.
Nah, dude.
Pick any table you want.
Nar.
It's empty every time I'm in there.
Nah, it's cold in there, too.
So this person's the asshole, right?
McDonald's. Go to McDonald's.
Go to McDonald's. Well, McDonald's gets weird, though.
Nobody goes in there anymore.
Nah, it depends.
It's always empty. And they have, like, those separate places for, like, corporate things.
What do you mean?
You know, like, they have, like, they try to make it, have your corporate meeting here.
At McDonald's?
Yeah, you haven't seen that?
No.
Yeah, they always have these, like, go into McDonald's. They always have these, like, corporate sidebars now where they, like, try to make it look office-y.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, they like have outlets and they want people to work there. They literally want people to work there.
Okay.
Because they're trying to compete with Starbucks.
Right.
With their
coffee
cafe.
selection
Yeah, exactly. Like life hack.
Yeah.
Go to McDonald's. Otherwise, you just want to be seen. You just want to be seen.
I think you keyed in on it because, like, nobody wants to go to McDonald's because you're not going to get seen.
Yeah. It's not cool.
Yeah. Somebody might spill hot coffee all over you, too.
I will say that I used to go to Starbucks to write scripts, but only because, 1, it was like a block away from my house, and 2, because I just got so distracted in my house because there's, like, lots of things.
I think that's what a lot of people go through.
Yeah. Well, but I will say...
Buddy will climb all over you.
But then I lived in Hollywood, and it was way more distracting after a while because people would just start trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
So then I ended up going back home and studying there.
Yeah.
But, like, I would never stay there for 3 hours. That's so long.
That's why me and Mike did the conference room at his apartment place.
Yeah.
Because it was like, we just want to be fucked off. We don't want anyone bugging us.
Don't bother me.
Yeah, don't bother me. All right, check this out.
There are apps and YouTube videos that mimic being in a coffee shop. Like, if you need that white noise in the background.
Yeah.
To focus. Like, just like, not like actual white noise, but like you know, like coffee,
like continuous
like restaurant noises,
yeah.
like that kind of stuff. And I do think that helps.
Not bad.
Yeah.
All right. So asshole.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, only because of the way it was handled.
I agree.
Not because of the reason.
I agree. Am I the asshole for defending my husband's stair sitting habits?
Oh, I sit on the stairs.
I know you do. My parents came over to visit me and my husband at our mid-sized house. Not to brag, it's mid-size. They're great.
Huge flex.
It's a huge flex. They're great most of the time, but my mother is a bit of a perfectionist or, in fact, a narcissist. I don't know how to explain it, but she always tries to pick at something, no matter how minute or inconsequential, so she can show her superiority.
I met people like that, yeah.
Anyway, my husband has this quirk where he likes to hang out on the stairs. Sometimes he's on the landing, sometimes the top, sometimes the bottom. Mm-hmm. He'll sit, lie down, or even drape himself in weird positions.
I do that.
He's not hurting anyone. It's just him. This is why I brought this one up.
Okay.
It's his way of chilling.
This sounds familiar.
And honestly, I find it endearing. I oddly do too because I don't know any other way. I've been with Limo for 11 years, almost 12.
It's just wherever my brain decides to like load. And it's like a lot of times it's on the stairs.
I just don't get it. My mother was not a fan. She kept giving him side eyes and finally said something like, why is he sitting there? He's not a child. He can sit in the living room like an adult. I shrugged and told her.
I hate it.
I shrugged and told her, it's our house.
Yeah.
He can sit however and wherever
it's his
he
house
wants.
Too.
It's kind of a childish response, but I love it.
No, it's my house, my rules.
No, I know, but it's fun. It's just funny to say that.
Fuck you.
When it's as low stakes as like, why is he sitting on the stairs? You're like, he can sit wherever the hell he wants. It's like, you should just explain, like, guy's kind of weird. Like, I think that would help people. You know what I mean? That's what I'd tell people about. Yeah, but chick's kind of fucking bizarre, actually.
Dude, recently, okay, so you know how I was on the show The Big Game last year?
Yeah.
And they were auditioning new loose cannons. Like, it was a poker game show I was on.
Yeah,
and like,
on Fox.
Yeah, and there was like, you get selected to be a contestant. And they had auditions, and I was at the poker room at the time because there's like a series going on that I was in. Anyway, so one of the auditionees, the floor was telling me that one of the auditionees was like, I think I'm too weird to get selected. I don't think they're going to pick me because I'm too weird. And the guy was like, have you even met Nikki? She's like so
Wait,
weird.
who's that guy?
The floor.
They actually know you then.
Yeah.
Because
like,
most people don't know how weird you are.
She's so fucking weird. I felt so seen.
Yeah, most people don't know how weird you are and strange.
It's true. I am my full self though at poker. I've realized.
I agree. I've said that. By the way, I said that before you said that.
That's true.
Yeah. So then, you know, it's our house. We can do whatever we want, right? That set her off.
I do agree with that.
She started going on about how it's weird and quote not proper and how embarrassing it is that he acts like this.
Embarrassing?
I didn't budge.
To who?
A narcissist, apparently.
Exactly.
I wasn't about to tell my husband where he can sit in his own home. Things escalated. Eventually, she stormed out in a full-on hissy fit, saying she wouldn't, quote, be part of this nonsense. She took the car, went to a hotel in town, leaving my dad behind.
That's insane.
Thing is, she has no reason to go upstairs, so it's not like my husband was disrupting her. He's just using his phone. Sometimes he reads books on the stairs, too. You do all this.
I like this guy.
You do all this.
Yeah.
The only things upstairs are my husband's office, our room, a small half bathroom, and that's it. My dad and I had a great night catching up. He didn't care one bit about the stair thing and laughed it off. Now I'm left wondering if I was too harsh on my mom. I know she can be dramatic, but maybe I shouldn't have tried to. Maybe I should have tried to smooth things over instead of digging my heels in. I guess not traditional. I can't find the right word for that, but he's also my family too, and it's our house. He can do whatever he wants.
I don't think she's an asshole. Especially the dad laughed it off. Like, it sounds like the mom just like throws these fits a lot.
I'm gonna actually come at this from a different way.
Wow.
The boyfriend is being an asshole here.
The husband, first of all,
husband's being an asshole
part of the
here.
family.
Thank you.
It's his house.
It's his house. He's being an asshole. You know why?
Why?
Imagine like your family's over, right? And they're like in a particular place. And then I'm in a particular other place, fucking off on my phone. You're an asshole.
Okay, but that's not the reason she cited for being an asshole.
Well, it doesn't matter. Maybe that's like what she picked on in order for her to express her feelings.
She should have expressed that.
I completely agree with you. But I think that she just thought it was weird enough that she could like use it as an excuse to like, why isn't he hanging out with all of us? And I think that that's what's up. And I think he's a dick for that.
I think she's just finding something to pick at.
I'm just saying, like, unless you got to do work stuff or whatever, if you're just like casually chilling on the stairs and like
you have to decompress,
the family's in the den,
because talking to family is draining.
Well, right, but that's part of the game, baby.
I know, but what if he's just decompressing for a little bit?
Fair. I don't know how long he was there, etc.
She sounds like a very energy drainer.
Why does the mom care that he's on the stairs?
Exactly.
She doesn't need to go upstairs to his office.
No, but haven't you met people like this? Haven't met people like this?
What do you mean?
That are like this. They pick about everything. About like,
no, of course.
Like everything has to be their way and like in their mind like perfectly.
Yes, of course. But there is I think the more profound thing that's going on right now in the world is that more people are just not engaging in things and like receding to their phone when people are around.
That's true.
And that's what I think is going on here. And she took it on the stairs.
But I think you're filling in a lot of context that wasn't there.
Probably am. We kind of have to here.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I think that it was rude of him to do the stairs thing. And that's really what the mom is not able to communicate effectively. I really think that.
Okay, I disagree.
I think you're wrong. I think you're a bitch.
The OP even said she's kind of narcissistic and perfectionistic. It's like that's like some context that's actually in the prompt.
What if you're just a bitch?
I am.
Okay.
So fuck you.
Fuck you.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Glad we came to an agreement.
Yeah, me too. I think we both agree on that one.
I think if she directly addressed the husband, then things would be different, maybe.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I agree with that.
Like she's kind of like treating him like a kid, but she's
yeah,
saying
you're right.
that he is.
Yeah. What's the stairs thing for you? Explain.
I don't know. My brain just like starts either working or not working on the stairs. Like, I mean, I sit everywhere. Like,
yeah, you do.
So basically, like, I just am everywhere. But sometimes I come to on the stairs. Like, I don't know. Like, if I have an idea in my head and I'm playing it out, I can't like continue moving. I just have to sit down and like let it play out in my head. And then like sometimes I write it down. Sometimes I'm procrastinating. I got to check an email. I don't know. But like usually it's just like I'm trying to process a lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
And I'm just stalled on the stairs.
Right.
Not like I'm picking the stairs because it's my favorite spot.
Yeah, it's just where you ended up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just stalled there, and then I kind of just like get comfortable wherever I plop.
That's true.
Like it's not even a favorite thing. Like I could literally sit anywhere that my brain decides to shut down. And
well,
like,
and because you got a Dr. Scholl's for an ass.
Yeah.
So you just sit down, you plop down, and you're comfy wherever.
And I'm like, I don't really want to move. I don't like transitioning either. Like transitioning through, like from now I have to go from this spot to a whole new spot and get used to that spot.
That's fair.
Like, so for this guy, like, so I'm picturing being him on the stairs in that zone, and the mom being like, he could go sit in the living room like an adult. Well, it's like not just sitting in the living room. It's like a transition to. It's why I sit in the car after I park in the garage, and I sit in the car for like an hour, because it's like sometimes I just have to like
decompress,
rev myself up to transition. I don't know what it is, but it's an actual processing thing that I didn't know was like a common thing that people had until I got diagnosed with ADHD.
Yes.
And like that's an actual, I think it's called executive dysfunction, but it's something to do with like transitioning between like rooms or places or like events or whatever, that it just takes a little bit more loading time.
It's funny the things that we discover when we're not being chased by like a pterodactyl or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is how people maybe are actually, but we didn't know that because it was so primal before.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and also like I think that, and I don't know what exactly the purpose is, but I think that we're all built with different ways of thinking for a reason, you know, like we're all meant to be different pieces of the puzzle.
Yes.
And I think that society tends to cater to like one way of thinking or processing things, like because a lot of people don't have trouble with transitioning. So like you're weird now if you take too long. But like all my life I've been forced to transition quickly, and it was so uncomfortable. And like it's like I wouldn't say like it hurts, but it's like hard. It's just really hard, and it's so much harder than like other people for whatever reason.
You're part of why I think we're actually in a simulation, because like for you there's loading zones.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Like it hasn't rendered for me yet.
You come from the casino to our home, and then you load. There's a loading zone in the garage for sometimes 35 minutes.
Yeah, it's like I got comfortable in the car seat, and like I like going into a new space, like it's like a lot. I know that there's just new things there. Like I have to like put down my keys and take off my shoes and like, you know, talk to you probably, and like definitely. See the cat will probably come out, and there's just a lot of stimuli that are going to happen in this new transition. So I have to like clear out the old space and go to the new one. And like sometimes I'm just not ready.
I know.
Not ready for it.
When you're going from here to the casino, do you ever do that, or is it because you're on time crunch you can't?
No, because like there's something I'm going to, like there's a purpose I'm going to. But I will say, like once I sit down at the poker table, like even after I'm like tired and I'm like I definitely should go home. Yeah. I just like don't feel like getting up. It's like less about like if it's positive EV or if I'm making money or whatever. It's more just like I just really don't feel like getting up. Like, is that transition is like, okay, and then I got to cash out, then I got to go to the car, I got to put the seatbelt on.
Loading zones.
Yeah, it's a loading zone. So, like, I just stall a little bit, like, trying to, like, okay, I can set, like, little set points where it's like, okay, when I get to the blinds, I'll go. So like I'll play this many hands and then I'll go. Then I have like some buffering where I'm like I can kind of get my mind ready to like leave. And like same thing for the stairs. It's like, okay, you know, let's say it's like 1:20. I'll be like, okay, at 1:30 I'll get up.
Right.
Or whatever. Right. Or like I'm gonna watch this 7-minute video and then at the end of this video I'll get up.
Right.
But like then my brain kind of just knows that that's the next thing that's gonna happen, and I don't know, it's so weird to like explain, because for the longest time I just didn't talk about it because it was so different, but like it's an actual thing, and that gave me so much, like it made me feel less broken to know that like other people go through the same thing, because it's been a struggle for like years, and then knowing that I just process things differently, and like, oh, your brain just needs to know like when to go, like then I found my solutions for it. But I love that. But yeah, if I sat on the stairs and you're like, don't sit on the stairs, get up, I'd be so fucking pissed all the time.
That's not me.
I know, but I could never live with someone like that.
Yeah.
And then having the mom come over and tell me to like move when I'm in my house. Like imagine one of our parents tells you to move.
No, but they wouldn't do that.
I know they wouldn't. No, but that's what I'm saying. Imagine they did, and then they threw a fit and went to a hotel.
No, yeah.
That's crazy.
I do think too that it's all about how you build your relationships with people, because like there's a base level of respect that I demand in relationships, and I think that that's been established already. And
but we don't know what time he was doing it. We don't know if it was like in the morning between like 6 and 10 a.m.
I'm talking about best practices here, right? So like best practices wise, like I just think that, you know, I don't think someone would be comfortable to tell me what to do in my house.
Yeah, I think you're like tunneling in on something that we don't know if is there or not. So if that is...
But like, is he just Mr. Aloof Pants is what I'm saying? Like, is he on the stairs and like oblivious to what the conversation is happening nearby about like how he's on the stairs and it's this big controversy, right? Like, I don't know about that. I'm just saying like, I don't think anyone would do that to me, because like I have set like good standards with my family. That's all I mean.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, in your world where like he's ignoring everyone, sure, then he could be the asshole.
Right.
But like, I'm just coming from what's given, which is that the mom is nitpicking everything and like has a history of just nitpicking everything.
Right. But then in this story, all we've heard about is how mom comes in, sees him on stairs, nitpick. He's apparently not even in the story. He's just on the stairs still. So like she even leaves and goes to the hotel. He's still on the stairs for all we know. So like, that's all I'm saying is like, I think there's a part of him that's just too disengaged that doesn't make sense to me.
Could be. I don't know.
Yeah. Just trying to be fair about it. But yeah.
I don't know. I've met people that are like this, and like that would drive me nuts.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to go on a little break. And when we come back, we're going to have way more Am I the Asshole? But first, if you like this show, nothing helps out more than check us out on Patreon. Patreon.com/STIKKI.
Sticky.
Thank you.
STIKKI.
You get the show a day early. Also, I do a little show called Crypto Corner. Crypto's been annihilating everything right now. Also, we do a live stream every month called Sticky Stream.
Yeah, and then there's a free roll poker tournament attached to that with cash prizes.
With the greatest Discord community as well that you get to be part of, joining our Patreon. So thank you for helping the show. Nothing helps more than that. And we'll be right back.
Check it out. Hey, we're on a break right now, and I guess we're supposed to promo our show.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about our show.
We're going to talk about a show that you took a break from to like talk about how you should listen to our show.
Technically, we're not on break. We're still working.
It's called Shit They Don't Tell You, and it's all the shit that we wish people would have told us that we had to mess up on and figure out ourselves. Now we're telling you about it.
That's it.
And sometimes we answer questions that you send in, and sometimes we judge other people's situations.
So keep listening and check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/sticky. Thank you.
And shout out to Brian Jorgensen.
And we're back. Thank you so much for coming back.
What?
That's what I tell people. When people go to the bathroom at our house, I'm like, oh, thank you so much for coming back.
Oh, yeah. Like,
you know that.
Yeah, it's nice of them to do that.
It's so nice of them to come back. So check this out. Am I the asshole? Husband spilled water in our only can of formula.
Oh.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going insane here. I just need an outside opinion on this. My husband, 33 male, spilled water in our only can of formula that we have right now and didn't tell me. I found out when we opened the can over an hour later, and there was a bunch of goopy mud-like formula inside. He didn't flood the can, but it wasn't just a few drops of water either. When I found out and went to tell him that I needed to go get a new can because the old can is essentially no longer safe to use, he got angry and said it was stupid and we could still use the parts of the can that are still dry. I reiterated that I didn't think it was safe any longer, and he said again that it was stupid and I'm just going to waste a bunch of money for no reason. Am I the asshole for thinking the can needs to be replaced?
I don't know about any of this. I don't understand.
She's saying it's spoiled. He's saying let's dig around it.
I get that, but I don't know anything about formula, so I have no idea who's right here.
But we don't need to know about it. Let's just judge these people.
Okay.
To the fullest extent.
Well, I like to know who's right so I could defend that person.
Nah, it's not really how I do things, babe.
I see.
I try to judge people off with everything I have.
Then
all firepower.
I'm taking the girl side.
Why? You're just doing the female versus male thing?
Yeah.
Come on,
because sometimes
dude.
I'm like, oh, I can't find this thing, and I go buy a new one. And if you were like, don't buy a new one, I'd be like, get fucked.
You would too.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know anything about formula, but I will say this. Every time somebody says, oh, that's expired, guess what the Green family said? We'll rise above. We're better than that. We don't have to accept that. Your stupid artificial terms.
There's a book I read one time where they talk about like not taking advice from people whose life you wouldn't want to be like.
And you're talking about the people who are judging us.
I'm just saying that I read a book
one time. People who are judging us. You're talking about that.
I'm talking about a book
people
I read.
People who are judging the Greens.
I'm talking about a book I read, and like, I don't know if I would be a person that eats expired food. I don't know if I want that life.
You obviously got to smell it.
I don't want to be part of it.
Then you got to do a taste test.
Good.
And then you got to do what we call the 3-spoon test. Eat 3 spoonfuls.
I'm good. I don't want it.
You never done the 3-spoon test. Well, that's why you don't get it.
Isn't your family sick all the time?
We can move on. This one just was funny to me because the husband's like, we could go around it. To me, that's so funny. Like, she's like, this is goopy mess. He's like, babe, we'll go around it. Dig around it. That's such a guy versus girl thing. Like, we do that shit. It's so fucking weird how our brains work. But we're like, I don't know, just like cut around it. Who cares? So fucking dumb. Because remember when my dad, like, it was like Thanksgiving, like a couple years back, right? And my dad accidentally drops like
I heard about this, but I wasn't there.
You weren't there. Yeah. He drops this glass dish with like basically the ham or whatever. And like it goes everywhere. And then like my family is so fucking white trash and shit about that stuff. And I love my family, but we're white trash people. We spent so much time on this. There's a sunk cost fallacy involved. Everyone bought the food, all this stuff. So now it's like, maybe there's glass shards in here, but maybe we can pick around it. And I'm like, I immediately was like, yeah, we're not going to do that. I'm going to go get Chinese food right now. You know what I mean? Like, but like the fact that was even like, everyone's like, there's like a limbo, like buffer moment of like 9 minutes of like, you know what, I could kind of see where maybe it fell. Like we're, like a CSI.
Yeah.
No. I'm just going to go get Chinese food. What are we talking about? Nobody's eating glass tonight. It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I switch off because like I'm definitely the person that does the 5-second rule.
Yeah. 5-second rule with the shattered whole
but
pan.
But
That's
not
different.
When glass is involved.
No.
But yeah, also the formula thing, I'm not drinking the formula. So like I put more care into like if it's someone else, then I'll make sure they have the best thing. But as for me, like I'm kind of trash. Like I'll just
you're totally trash.
I'll kind of if it's for me, but for my baby, oh no, my baby's getting the best.
Yeah.
I'm going back to the store. I'm with the chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I like that.
Thank you.
All right, check this out. Am I the asshole for stealing a stray cat?
There's no such. This is a false premise.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
I know what it's gonna say.
What's it gonna say?
It's gonna say I took a stray into my home and I posted about it, and my friends were all like, that could be somebody's cat, and it's clearly not somebody's cat, but like now everyone's saying that I stole someone's cat.
Get this. You're wrong.
Damn it, that just happened to me though.
I know it did. That's why I brought this one up.
Oh, okay.
That's why I picked this one. You want to explain
Not
to people?
to me, but okay, so we were at a poker stop in Kansas City, and my friend had just said she wanted to adopt a cat but didn't know where to go to get one. I was like, and I said, you don't adopt cats, they find you. The cat distribution system, they'll find you. Yeah. And so then we end up going to Kansas City, and we're at this poker stop, and there's a kitten that just comes up to us. Mm-hmm. And it's like so sweet, and it's been living outside, and it's been living there like all week. People have been talking about this kitten that's just randomly like outside the casino. And so it's a stray cat for sure. Like, it's not someone's cat. And by the way, you can check to get microchipped, and she did. But she posted about it, and we saved it from this like tornado that came in. So we brought it inside just in time. Like, she got all this stuff, and she's like, I can't believe this cat found me, and it like wouldn't leave us, and blah blah blah.
You called it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, that's the cat distribution system. It's true. It's a real thing. So then she posts about it on social media, and people were like, way to steal someone's cat. Oh, way to steal someone's cat. Like, this fucking cat, first of all, this cat has been like begging people for food all week. And
it's still someone's cat, Nikki.
Yeah, and it's like, well, the owner doesn't care much because this cat will go up to anyone.
Maybe they have it on plant-based diet.
So, and then there's a tornado.
Yeah.
And then we took it to test for microchipping. So the previous owners didn't care too much about it if it was someone else's cat. Anyway, go ahead.
No, so check this out.
What happened?
This is why you're so wrong and you're full shit, and everyone's going to say, oh, wow, Nikki Limo, wow, what an idiot. That's what I'm going to say. Am I the asshole for stealing a stray cat? I, 25 male, my husband, 28 male, I believe they're in a homosexual relationship.
Oh, it's a male and male?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We're in our backyard on Saturday. When we saw a stray cat in the yard, we usually shoo them away because they stress out. Our indoor-only cat and eat the birds that come to our bird feeders. So my husband yelled, hey, shoot at the cat. Instead of running away, the cat came running up to him immediately, meowing a lot. We're like, oh, I wonder if this is the neighbor's cat or something, because he's like being nice to humans.
Yeah.
And then I noticed he was really skinny, definitely not neutered, and he had a small injury on one foot. If he was a pet, he definitely wasn't being taken care of. Mm-hmm. We thought maybe he was lost or escaped pet at first, so we caught him, brought him inside to set him up, quarantined him from our cat with a litter box and food and water. Best practices.
Nice.
Humane Society is closed on weekends, so we plan to call them on Monday.
These people know how to treat cats.
They do. They actually do. They're really smart.
Yeah.
In the meantime, put his image up in our local Lost Pets Facebook page with our email address. Today we got an email. Here's the exact text of the email. Hi, will you please let Bongo out so he can come back towards home? He is a feral cat, but he is loved in his neighborhood. He comes to my place all the time, and he stays here at night, then leaves and comes back later. Laura. That's a fake name, apparently. They wanted us to know it's a fake name.
Okay.
Laura and her sister, who we'll call Sarah, also responded to our Facebook post about a dozen times saying to let the cat go and asking if we got their email. This gave us a dilemma because, like, the cat's not her cat, right? It's a neighborhood stray that they're feeding. He's not neutered. He's not getting medical care. We can't just let an unneutered, unvaccinated cat back on the streets.
That's true.
Because some people would say he's not wandering around. Or some people would be sad he's not wandering around in the road.
Yeah.
There's coyotes in our neighborhood. It's cold at night.
Yep.
He can get by a car.
Preach.
You know what I mean? We responded on the Facebook post with, hi, yes, we did get your email. In your email, you said he's a neighborhood feral. So he does not have an owner or any regular medical care. His back foot is injured. He seems to have some kind of parasite, and he's not fixed. He's a fantastic indoor cat and wonderfully suited for adoption. So we're going to take him by the Humane Society to get veterinary care, a microchip, and ideally a permanent owner.
Good for these people.
Legit.
I love them. Love them.
It was responded to with an absolute explosion.
What?
Laura and Sarah
these people are crazy.
Laura and Sarah are now spamming the Facebook post threatening to dox us and call the police on us to show up at our house if we don't let their cat go. Their cat.
Uh-huh.
I feel like we're probably ethically in the right here, but it's extremely stressful and upsetting. If it was their cat, I'd never dream of not returning him. But like, he's not their cat.
Yeah.
They're not taking care of him. They're not, doing anything for him. They're changing the story now to claim he's an indoor/outdoor cat.
No.
But if that's the case, why did they email me saying he's feral?
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for stealing the cat?
And they're not doing a good job at taking care of him then.
Legit, man.
So not good. Yeah, I think that ethically they're doing the right thing. It sucks that they have to put up with that. I mean, I go, if it's not microchipped, then it's a stray.
Yeah.
Because when you adopt a cat, like most adoption places will have you have you had them neutered, get their shots, get vaccinated, all that stuff, and get them microchipped. like for this reason.
Yeah.
Because they don't want them to be, creating a lot of new homeless cats on the street,
Yep.
like by, not being neutered. And then they don't want to spread diseases. And like, so
it helps them not repeat information too. Cause like oftentimes cats get out again and then they're already microchipped and they already know, oh, this cat was fixed too.
Exactly.
And all that shit. Yeah.
So no chip. It's not someone's cat.
I agree. When we were fostering kittens, did they microchip them before we left?
Yeah.
Before they left our house?
Yep.
They did, right?
Yes.
Every single one of them,
yeah,
even the kittens.
I have all of their microchip numbers too because I had to log them in on I worked for Kitten Rescue.
That's right.
And so it's mandatory. Like with a rescue agency, if they're doing things properly, like you don't want to adopt a kitten out without all this stuff.
Right.
Because it's just terrible to the circumstances that could happen from not doing this stuff is like creating more of the problem. So you try to stop it at the root, which is that like, one, don't let your cats outside. They should be indoors. Yeah, like people are like, oh, that's so cruel. Or whatever. No, it's not, because there's predators out there and stuff, and like diseases. There's diseases, predators. There's all kinds of like poisonous mushrooms and shit. And like basically cats are like toddlers and they've been too domesticated. Yeah. So either you're a wild feral cat or you're an indoor cat. There's no half and half.
I agree.
And this, by the way, I had a half and half cat growing up, like where my cats went outside. Yes, exactly.
But coyotes, all of them.
My cat didn't die, but I didn't realize how bad it is to do that until I started working with rescue agencies.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, these Sarah and Laura, they can get wrecked. They're not proper cat owners.
I hope they do get wrecked.
I hope they get wrecked too.
I hope they
also, if you dox me, I'm doxing you, bro. You're a neighbor.
Oh,
I know what hood you live in.
Oh yeah, brother.
And I know your email.
Yep.
Yeah, get ready to be signed up on like
everything.
Justin Bieber fan site or whatever I want to do.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell you live in a swing state, dude.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Last one. But not least one. Thanksgiving themed, you know what I mean? Credit to me. I'm in the asshole for telling my family I won't be spending all Thanksgiving weekend with them. I, 28 female, and boyfriend, 28 male, have been dating for a little over a year and a half. Last year, we didn't go to each other's Christmases or Thanksgiving celebrations because we hadn't been dating long and didn't want to rush anything. With that being said, for the past 4 years, my family and I have been doing a Thanksgiving weekend, spending Wednesday night through Sunday morning together. My older brother and his wife live 9 hours away from us, a choice they made as they bought their home back in January, and we were so happy for them. And her parents live in the same city, so we understand her not wanting to be close to them. Anyway, we would do Thanksgiving on Thursday, Black Friday shopping on Friday, and then Saturday my older brother would go and spend time with his buddy, usually most of the day, while his wife, my mom, and I would hang out at home. This year, my boyfriend and I have chosen to try to make it to everyone's holiday celebrations. His parents are divorced, so he has 2 on his side versus the 1 on my side. So we made the decision to go to my family on Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, we'd spend it with his side of the family. Well, I told my mom the plan, and she about freaked. She said things like, your brother has to work on Friday. Who's going to stay with his wife, right? So you're only spending 1 day with us, etc. I stuck my ground and told her our plan was one we both felt comfortable with. As a courtesy, I made a group chat with my older brother and sister-in-law in order to tell them our plans, so there was no surprises. My older brother said, why can't you hang out with us Thursday, Friday, and with them Saturday, Sunday? I told him that's not what we agreed on. He then proceeds to say, I'm not happy about it either, since the whole point is to go up there and spend time with my immediate family. I told him I understood, but this is the only way we could get to everyone. He said it was unfair to them to drive 2 days to be here and only see me for 1 day and have a half-ass commitment from me. He tried to throw the fact that we see my boyfriend's mom multiple times a year and we only see them maybe twice. I told him it's their choice to live several hours away and it's not my responsibility to accommodate them. We're going to drive to see them in July. We spent almost the whole week with them. I even suggested we spend Thursday, Friday with my boyfriend's family and Saturday, Sunday with my family. My brother said no because we leave on Sunday. His wife chimed in and said that me saying it's their choice to live far away is not my responsibility to accommodate to, and it hurt their feelings. I apologize. It was never my intention to hurt their feelings, but it doesn't negate the fact that it was true.
What is this family?
This sounds like they're not used to
nightmare
when the tradition changes.
Exactly. That's all it is.
And that's really what I wanted to get to.
No, also like, yeah, so it is their choice. Like they moved 9 hours away.
Yep.
If they like the OP is telling them I'm only going to be there for, and by the way, the OP gave them actual Thanksgiving, full transparency, and they get actual Thanksgiving. Okay, and then so then it's your choice if you want to drive that far to spend time or not. Yes. Like, it's your choice. Yes. Like, okay, so deal with it. Like, they don't have to stay there. They don't even have to come.
Look, I remember when, like, you know, my sister started to go to like the in-laws places and stuff like that before I got with you, and like it was like a little bit like weird because it's just like, oh yeah, she's here, but then she's got to go to the other thing.
I remember when my cousins started getting hitched and like having to do that too, and like it went from everybody stays the whole time at Thanksgiving to like half the people like leave to go to their other family, or sometimes they don't even show up at all.
Yeah, but we're used to that part of it.
Yeah,
we're not used to when the first person breaks away from the nest.
Yeah.
And then that's always like, wait, what? I'm driving this far, but I want to hang out with you. And it's all like out of love, right? We all get that. But like you have to just be more Gumby.
Yeah.
Right.
More fluid. Like, I mean, I remember me and my family would get a little upset because we were the only ones that lived out of town.
Yeah.
So we would drive 2 hours to LA to be with everybody, and then like half of them would leave after 30 minutes.
Bro, that's how it always was at your grandma's house.
Yeah, exactly. But it didn't used to be like that.
Yeah.
So when it first happened, it was kind of my family took it a little hurtful. Like
I used to openly make fun of it every time we're there.
Yeah. But like but I'm saying when it first started happening, like it was a lot more
different. It was more of a mountain movie.
A lot more tension,
exactly.
Like where like it was a more serious thing because because it was new, and like it used to be that everyone stayed all fucking day, and like we played Scrabble, we played poker. That's what I knew. I started playing poker. Like it was like an all day event, and then it went from that to like barely eating together and then leaving.
Yeah. And then people start having kids, and then guess what? Like they can't stay for as long because their kids have to do certain things.
I would prefer if it was like everyone agreed on like a designated day, even if it was an actual Thanksgiving day, but like where we could all like hang out and spend quality time. But because I'm more of a quality time person.
Yeah, me too.
So even if it's less time, but it's quality, I would prefer that over like multiple days or whatever. But it's like we're not like really there.
I agree.
Yeah.
And people coming and going and all that.
And also like this brother. Okay, so one of the days he full on spends with his other friend and leaves the wife alone all day. That's exactly it. So like why the brother has no room to like complain or dump it on the OP.
But that's what happens when you bake in tradition. You're like, well, everyone knows that brother always does that. But it's like, bro.
Yeah.
Like why are you guys dunking on this chick then?
Also like why am I married to your wife now?
I know, man.
I'm not married to her.
I know.
Why do I gotta hang out with her?
Hopefully you like her, but yeah.
I mean, it sounds like she does. Like it doesn't sound like they don't like each other, but that's not the point. The point is like you don't get to like dictate my schedule because you get the freedom to choose your schedule.
Yeah. You're
gonna go play with your buddy. Like, okay, well that's cool. Well now if your wife is alone with our parents, like that's not my fault.
Exactly.
Like either she can go with you or stay with the parents. I don't care. But it's not like now I have a life with my boyfriend and we're going to see his family.
Yeah.
So like it's not fair. Saying that it's unfair like to them is so stupid.
But it's an adjustment period because I remember these feelings very like in a very real way where it's like, oh man, the tradition is being changed, but it turns into something else.
But they changed it first.
Yeah, true.
Like it sounds like the older brother is the one that moved first. So got married.
Yeah. And like you said, like what we're used to now is just like we see basically everybody for half a day. On both like Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Well, this year, since your family moved, I guess we'll be with my family like
the whole time. Yeah,
but the whole time for Christmas. The whole time. So that's cool.
But maybe we should just drive back a little early to miss traffic too. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that has been sick though. Like when we leave, like
we should leave for traffic.
For traffic, sure. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
no, I wish we could stay.
But we're gonna be slammed
in
traffic.
You live in Vegas. It's a hot destination spot.
So it'll be 7 hours versus like 2.5 or 3.
Yeah, you get it. You get it.
No, because we always go to Long Beach. And everybody's the best, right? And then we usually go to San Diego, but my parents now live in New York City, which is like crazy.
They don't live in New York City.
They live in Long Island.
They live outside of New York.
They live in New York City, Long Island, dude. Go tell a fucking Jersey Shore guy, hey, is Long Island, New York City? They'll suck you up.
I thought they lived in like Buffalo or something.
No, they live in Long Island.
Okay.
Yeah, you're chilling out. You need to chill. You don't know shit about New York.
Didn't realize I was talking to a big New Yorker over here.
Yeah. Well, now I am. My parents live there. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that the tradition will be different this year. This is specifically why I chose this one. But it so far from being discouraging, it's more like, okay, well now we get to do something else.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and my grandma's not alive anymore.
Well, that too.
Yeah, there's no like second place for anybody.
Neither's mine.
And neither is the Sweeney's, like where they used to go. Everyone's passed now.
Oh, right.
We know all of us have nowhere else to go.
I forgot the old bird.
There's no second place for anyone anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
You did hold on the longest. Congrats to you.
Thank you. It was last longer.
I mean, honestly, credit to you.
You know, in poker, sometimes we make side bets on who can like stay in the tournament longer. Like there's like a side bet. Of, like,
I wish I picked your grandma, not mine.
Yeah.
I would have lost my ass on my grandma.
You were close.
Nah, I would have lost my ass.
It was like by a few months.
If I picked the Sweeney grandma, that would have been worse. But if I picked my grandma, I would have lost my ass.
Yeah.
Your grandma was the one to pick for sure.
Yeah.
The thoroughbred, dude.
Yeah, well, it's the Asian genes.
No doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But like, it was only like 5 months longer. I mean,
hey,
it was longer, but
a dub is a dub.
I think she was waiting for your grandma so that she could win.
A dub is a dub is a dub.
A dub is a dub.
To this day, I will never forget when my grandma passes away. Nikki's like, my grandma lasted longer than your grandma. That was one of them.
I said, guess I'm the only one left with a grandma.
It was the best, dude. Like, you guys have no idea. When people get so butthurt about ball busting and stuff like that, because like we all ball bust and stuff, and people are like, oh, I can't believe they said that's so messed up. I'm like, dude, that was like one of the best things ever. Like, that was like the most.
That's how we deal with grief.
Tension relieving, grief.
Yeah.
Pressure relieving move. Yeah, exactly. It's so funny. But you're the best. That was so funny.
I know. I called Steve like a dumbass or something on Twitter, and like he called me a bitch, and people were like, "Oh, this relationship's really healthy.
Doomed.
Oh yeah, this relationship's real good.
Yeah, these guys are really killing it, brother." I'm like, bro,
well,
I'm like, yeah, that's on Twitter, bro. You should hear what we call each other in the house.
Exactly.
Give me a break, bro. You wish you were.
Imagine the serious lives these people live.
I can't.
Ugh.
I can't even.
Me neither.
I can't even.
I can't even.
Yeah, for real.
I can't even so much it's odd.
Same. All right, bitch, we're done.
All right, asshole.
All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. We love you guys.
Okay,
Thank you so much. Bye.